And she knows that after you are born, you will cry a lot and you will make a lot of noise, and she will have to do a lot of work, and she may not be able to sleep. She knows all of this, and she's still happy, and she's still waiting for that time, and she's still expecting that time. So big difference. So whatever you do for your parents, you will never have the same feeling with what they have been doing for you when you was young. So it is a big sin if someone wish that his parents pass away. And of course, the biggest sin ever, someone if he killed his parents, if he killed his father. And this, Nabi Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam said that one of the sins that Allah Subhanahu Wa Ta'ala will punish you in dunya before akhirah is the bad things that you do with your parents. And it happened one day, one person, he was very bad with his father. And he didn't like his father. His father was living with him at home because there was no other place. And he used to treat his father very bad. Very bad. And then at the end, he told him, I will kill you. Told his father. And then he took him, crawling the ground, and said, we were living in the desert. He took him like this, and he have a knife. He said, I will slaughter you with this knife. He took him beside one rock. He said, I will slaughter you here. He told him, son, if you will slaughter me, don't slaughter me beside this rock. Slaughter me beside that rock. He said, why? He said, because I slaughtered your grandfather there. And your son will do the same with you. Mean that if he did not stop. So this is one of the big dangerous things. The Imam Ibn Taymiyyah or Ibn Qayyim rahimahullah, I don't remember, he said, if you want to know something from ghaib, ghaib means that the future. You cannot predict the future, you cannot know the future, you cannot see. He said, if you want to know something from the future for sure, know that the same way you behave with your parents, your children will behave with you. The same. So this is big. You have to consider this very seriously. And also to be very greedy with them. And when you make something for them, you tell them, I did this for you, I did that for you. This is very stupid, because your father, when he give you food, when your mother make food for you, when your mother wash your clothes, when they give you medicine, they will always tell you, you remember we have done. No, because because sometimes when you are very bad with your parents, they say this, we have taken care of you all of this time, and you have been a child, and we have been always taking care of you. Sometimes they can say this, but they cannot mention anything in details, because if they will start mentioning details, then there will maybe they will just to say about these things, it will take maybe 4 days only speaking about the things that they have done with you, because they have done to you everything they have done to you, everything they have given you, nothing you needed, and they have not done their best to fulfill your needs. So to remind them always with the things that you have done to them, this is very stupid and very big sin also. Whatever you do for them, you will never give them what they deserve. You will never give them back what they have done to you. And also to be greedy with them, this is a big sin. To bring your wife some nice things and bring your mother only second hand. buy things for your wife, for example, from shop, and buy for your mother from Freetex, for example. You don't tell her that it's from Freetex, but just it is. But your wife, you cannot buy from Freetex.
I remember one of my friends, he was just buying the clothes from different shop, but the pocket was from the shop that they buy for their wife. So they put the mom clothes and the same, and he told me the same story. He said, when I get clothes, finally, because they're old, they know, the mother, and the mother, when she start signing, he said, this is completely different. I don't know, the pocket is the same shop, but the clothes is different shop.
So he buy the clothes from the cheap,
second hand, cheap for the mother.
And he put in the bag of the expensive shop. So he's trying to be smart. So this is from bukhl. If you have enough economy to support, to buy the expensive things, then you should not buy your mother the second-hand thing. No. Just some questions. Responsibility of a married woman towards her parents. You mean her father and mother-in-law? Yes, and the second question, does husband have to give some respect to his parents-in-law? Yes, of course. So the question from Brother Amjad is that how the wife should treat her parents-in-law and how the husband should treat his parents-in-law. No, but in where? That generally, or when they come to her house? Yes, brother is asking that if there is if the wife is the only daughter and they don't have any other children, what are the responsibility of her? Normally, the wife or the woman, she doesn't have the responsibility to spend on her wife, on her husband, or children, or parents, or grandparents. She doesn't have this responsibility. But in case that she is the only daughter and her parents need help, then she has the duty to help them, but with what her husband agrees. So if the parents live alone and they need maybe their daughter to come every day clean for them the house, so she has to agree with her husband. The question is, if her husband told her, don't go there, don't go there. If they need something and there is no one is going to do, if for example they are handicapped, they cannot clean for themselves, and if the house there no cleaning, they will become sick, and becoming sick because no one is taking care of them is haram. Because in Islam, the Nabi ﷺ said, "La darara wa la dirar." No one is allowed to cause harm to you, and no one is allowed to and you are not allowed to cause harm to anyone. Okay, so in this case, if there is a harm is going to happen, if their daughter will not go, like for example, no one is going to clean for them, and of course this is a harm, then he's not allowed to say this. This is haram. Okay, but if he said to his wife, don't visit your parents, but she still can talk to them in the phone. Don't visit your parents. What she do? This is not a direct harm because they can take care of themselves, but they need to see their daughter also, and this will make them sad. This is not a direct harm, but it is haram. But in this case, she has to. She listened to him, and he will carry this sin, not her. But in the other case, if they are going to become sick or die or something, this is a very big harm. This is a harm which Islam has to keep, because in Islam there are things that has to be protected. The deen, yourself from being killed or becoming sick. So and some other things, and those are one of this is one of the things. Keeping yourself, protecting your life and your health. So if there is a danger on their life or their health, because that no one is serving them, then he doesn't have the right to tell her to do this, and she should not obey him. So they have the right of kindness, obedience still, and taking care of, but with the arrangement of the husband. With the arrangement with the husband. Okay? So the wife has to arrange with her husband. When should she go to her parents? What should she do for them? Because she have a duty towards her husband and children, and she have a duty towards her parents. But her husband her husband is the one who decides when she go there and when she stay out. So this is the answer. She should do whatever needed, but with the arrangement of her husband, because he is the one who decides at the end. The same respect to his parents-in-law. He has to respect them, but they don't have the right like his parents. His parents are the ones who have the right on him, that they have, for example, they have the right to tell him what to do. They have the right to tell him to give them something. Give me this thing. But the parents of the wife, the mother of the wife and the father of the wife, they are the closest relatives to the husband. They are the closest relatives to the husband. So they have to be respected, and they have to be treated well, and they have to be treated in kindness. The difference, to make it clear, when the parents of the husband, they come to the house, those people, they are members of this house, and they have the right to come and stay as long as they want to stay. No one can tell them get out, because it is their house, their son's house. It is their house, because who have the biggest right on the son? His father and mother. When the parents of the wife, they come to the house, they don't own the house. They are not members of the house. They are guests, but they are preferred guests on the other guests. But they are still guests. They are not members of this house. They don't have the right to stay for good in this house, for example. Why? Because this is the house of their son-in-law. The house of their son-in-law. Means that the house of the husband of their daughter.
The husband have the rights to kick them out.
Not to kick them out, because this is haram.
Yeah. Yeah.
But they don't have the rights of the people who own the house. No. So how should you treat your guest? You should treat your guest with respect. You should treat your guest with kindness. You should make him comfortable, and as more stronger relation as you have with this guest, you have to be more nice with him. So those are the closest relation to you. But still, the difference between them and your parents is that your parents, they can stay in your house as much, even lifetime. And they can tell you what to do. Okay? They can tell you, do this thing, don't do this thing. They have the right to say that. And of course, we said we have to compromise and agree with your wife how to compromise. But the parents of the wife, they are guests, because they don't have the right on you the same as your parents have. They have the right of relation, but they don't have the right of parents. So for example, your uncle, your auntie, what right they have on you? They have the right of relation. Your cousin, they have the right of relation. But your parents, the biggest right. The same. Your parents-in-law, they have the right of relation, but they don't have the right of parents. So this is the difference between the parents.